Hello, good morning, world history. Welcome to OMA Channel 10 News. Today we have a special episode on the Industrial Revolution. To start off our search on the Industrial Revolution, we have a special guest, just for you guys at home. He is one of the most influential individuals involved in the Industrial Revolution. Please help me welcome Mr. Thomas Edison. Hello, how are you doing? Nice having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Alright guys, let's show the rest of our viewers the interview me and Mr. Thomas Edison just had. First off, thank you for coming on the show. Me and the cast crew are really excited to have you here. Well, the first thing we all wanted to know is what inspired you to make the invention you are so well known in the world today? Of course, we are talking about the light bulb.
Well, it started with a big pile of junk, and then a good imagination. I never did anything by accident, nor did any of my inventions came by accident. They came by work.
Did anyone doubt you on your way to success?
Many of my failures are people who didn't realize how close they were to success when they gave up. You always have to believe in yourself.
Okay. Was it hard to block out other people's opinions, like the negative ones, and really focus on what you needed to get done?
No, it didn't really matter what people thought. I was always an independent person, and what's important is that you focus on what's important to you.
Do you feel your invention helped the world change into what it is today?
I do. I feel like my invention was the beginning of a new era of life.
Well, that's all the questions we have for you. That was a great interview with Mr. Edison. We will be right back with more information on the Industrial Revolution right after this commercial break.
Tired of those old candles? Well, I am. My name is Thomas Edison, and I created the light bulb. Light up your day.
Welcome back to OMA Channel 10 News. Well, I just can't believe on how much of an impact this revolution has had on the world. It went from something so little to something so big. It's just quite frankly amazing. How do you feel about this revolution, Alejandra?
Well, Miles, I feel like it helped impact today's society in a good way.
I think we all feel the same way about this revolution. Now here is a special analysis telling us more about the Industrial Revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Agent Alonzo.
So let's talk about the Industrial Revolution and its significance. We're talking about the Industrial Revolution, this particular period of time, talking about one of the most important, I think, periods of economic and social development, I want to say in the entire history of the United States. And why is that the case? Well, let's talk about its origins for a second. The United States was sort of coming into its own, sort of as a developing nation right after the Revolutionary War, around the, let's say, late 1770s, early 1780s, trying to develop itself economically, socially, as a nation that can hold its own with other nations in the world. So discussing all the technical, logical innovations that arose during the Industrial Revolution, obviously one of the first ones that comes to mind is the cotton gin. So why is the cotton gin such a significant invention in terms of not just the scope of the Industrial Revolution, but also the scope of the entire sort of economic development of the United States? Well, just looking at figures, after the cotton gin came to prominence around 1794, within a very short amount of time, the figure I have here, by 1860, southern states using all the invention of the cotton gin were providing 2/3 of the world supply of cotton. Now think about that for a second. Over a 70-year period, production of cotton was started off almost non-existent in the United States, very little volume. Within just 70 short years, you have the United States producing 2/3. That's roughly 66% of the world's population of cotton, all due to one single machine that arose during this period. So a very, very important machine, not only economically, but also, all the social ramifications that arose. Obviously through economic development, we see, population growth, migration into the United States, immigrants. So a very, very important invention. To me, the most important out of that period, out of that era. And as you can see, the Industrial Revolution, just in summation out of everything we've discussed today, very briefly about the Industrial Revolution, one invention literally did change, in essence, the course of United States history. Thank you.
Thank you, Alonzo, for that amazing interview and discussion about the Industrial Revolution. Well, that's all we have today for you guys on OMA Channel 10 News. Tune in next week for our next revolution. What'll it be? American? Italian? Nobody knows. Tune in to find out.